Have you ever wanted to buy an Abasi guitar but you weren't quite sure what they had on offer or when they would be available? Or did you know all of this but were left frustrated when the guitar that you wanted quickly sold out after being released? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about Abasi Concepts and how buying a guitar from them works. I'm going to leave links in the description of this video to Abasi's website and their YouTube channel, and I highly recommend you check out both to find out more information about them. With that being said though, I am in no way affiliated with Abasi Concepts, nor is this a sponsored video, but I really like the company, I really like their guitars, and I didn't see a lot of information regarding how to get one of their guitars, so I want to make a quick video about it. Hello, my name is Bryce, and this is the guitar that I got from Abasi Concepts. It's a Master Series 8-string Lorata, and I'll get into what that means later in the video, but I've also had a Legion 6 that I let go earlier this year. That was due to personal reasons. I want to make that abundantly clear. That guitar was a great guitar and there was nothing wrong with it, but I just decided it wasn't really for me. But if you want a video on why I let that go, let me know in the comments. So who are the main people behind Abasi Concepts? To my knowledge, that's two people, Tosin Abasi and Ivan Chopik. Tosin Abasi is the founder, and he's also one of two guitarists in the band Animals as Leaders, and Ivan Chopik is the chief operations officer, and he also plays guitar, but I'm not sure if he's in a band or not. So what does Abasi Concepts have to offer? They primarily sell guitars, but they also have a distortion pedal called the Pathos, and Tosin has a signature plugin with Neural DSP called the Archetype Abasi. Now, as of filming, which is November 25th, 2023, I think they have merch coming out tomorrow because I just got an email from them saying that that would be the case. So we may be seeing some things in the future in the form of merch. But let's talk specifically about the guitars that they have on offer. Now, I'm not going to go into the specs of every single one because that's going to take way too long, but they primarily have three models: the Space T, the Lorata, and the Emmy. The Space T is Abasi Concepts' take on the classic T-style guitar, and I actually really want to try one of those out in the future because it fixes a lot of the problems that I have with the traditional T-style guitar, which is primarily comfort related, but they also have the Lorata, which is this, and they have the Emmy, which is a double cut version of the Lorata. Now, there are some other differences as well, but again, I'm not going to get into all the specs. But I do know that there is a good video that has Ivan and Tosin talking about the Lorata and the Emmy specifically on their YouTube channel. The Lorata has three different series called the Legion series, which are made in Korea, the J series, which are made in Japan, and then the Master series, which are made in the USA. This is one of the Master series guitars. And the cool thing about the Emmy is that it comes in a lot of different pickup configurations. So the 6-string has 3 single coils, the 7-string has 2 humbuckers, and the 8-string has an HSS pickup configuration. So those are the models that Abasi currently offers, but let's get into the bigger question here. How do you get one? Because it's not as simple as just going to a local guitar store and buying one there. You have to get it from their website, and that is easier said than done. So let's get into that. If you want to get a new or B-stock guitar from Abasi Concepts, you need to get it from their website. I've seen some of their guitars go for sale used on Reverb for some pretty high prices. Like, I've saw one upwards of $20,000, which, for reference, the most expensive Abasi guitar that I've seen to date has been just under $4,000, and that's before shipping. So do what you will with that information. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, but I wanted to give that as a reference point before you try and go and get one used. So like I said, you get them from their website, but it's not like they have every model available in every color at all times. Oftentimes what they do is they release things in batches, so it's best to sign up for their newsletter so that they can email you and tell you what's coming. Now, I'm not necessarily trying to promote anything, but if you really want to get a guitar from them, I highly recommend you sign up for their newsletter because that really is the best way to get one of their guitars. That's what I did when I got my Master Series and my Legion series from them. And this is just something extra that you can do if you do have an Instagram account, but you can also follow them on social media like Instagram, and I think they have a Facebook page as well. But I like to do that because sometimes I have a Gmail account, and sometimes when their newsletter comes in, it goes to my promotions tab as opposed to my main inbox. So if I see the post on Instagram, I know to check my email in case I might have missed the email from them. Now, I know this may seem a bit silly, but you also may want to set an alarm for when the drop is going to happen because a lot of the USA ones tend to sell out quickly. That's what I did when I got this guitar, and I'm so glad I did set that alarm. So let me quickly explain how their model works, because it's not like you can just tell them, hey, I want to get this guitar, and they'll be like, cool, we'll go make it for you. They often will get guitars and then they'll release them in batches based on what they have. So again, with that newsletter, it'll tell you what they're going to have on offer and around what time it's going to drop. Now, they are a company based out in California. So, for example, if they say that a drop is going to happen at 4 p.m., they're talking about Pacific time, which is their time zone. I am on Eastern Standard Time, so if they say 4 o'clock their time, it's 7 o'clock my time. So I highly recommend you figure out what time zone you're in and what time it is for you relative to what time it is for them. And with their model of only releasing guitars when they have it ready, I understand that, but I do have a couple of suggestions just from a consumer side to the company. Number one, it would be really helpful for us if we kind of knew how many guitars were available. So, for example, if they're releasing a set of Emmys, it would be nice to know, like, maybe there's 25 available in this color or 3 available in this color. So that way we can kind of know what to expect, because oftentimes we'll see one and then we refresh the page and it's immediately gone. And we don't know if that was because there was only one or if it was because there was just a lot of demand for it. And my other suggestion would be to let us know if a certain color or style will be available again in the future. And maybe that's something that's really hard to determine. But for example, on my H string, they have these cool designs and they used to do this more frequently, but I haven't really seen this type of design since this one was released. I don't know if they plan to do that again in the future or not, but it would be helpful to know in case other people are potentially waiting for another one to drop like this. So those are just a couple of suggestions. I don't know how easy or hard they are to implement, but I feel like we as consumers would appreciate that information. However, with that said, there's something we all need to realize here. Abasi is still a relatively new company, so they are learning as they go. And I feel like oftentimes we tend to get frustrated with the model that they currently have and will lash out in the form of negative comments or things like, oh, well, if only you released more guitars of this color and things like that. And while constructive criticism is okay, these negative comments don't really help anything. And Abasi, at the end of the day, they're just people, just like us. And we're learning things, they're learning things, and I will admit that they have actually gotten better because I've been following Abasi Concepts pretty much since their launch, and their newsletters have definitely gotten better over the years. For example, they now tell you what's going to be available in what color and around the price range. They used to not do that, so they used to say, hey, there's going to be some guitars ready on this day, and you would just have to find out what they all were when they got released. So they are continually improving, but maybe not as fast as some people would like, but let's just be patient and show some grace. So that's it for the video. I hope this information was helpful to you. If you have any questions about my guitar specifically, I do plan on doing a review on it in the future, but feel free to ask away in the comments and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay cool like a cloud and have a great day.